See you later. It's perfect, right?
We'll go back not too far in this history, and people like McEnroe were playing singles and doubles every week of the year. How do you view tomorrow? You're doing singles and doubles.
Honestly, I mean, it's something you used to do all the time back in the day, in juniors anyways. You would even play 2-3 singles matches in the same day. And in the beginning of my career, I was playing mostly doubles, even doubles qualifying as well. And you just got to be physically in shape for it, you know. The thing is that it's a trend also started, you know, when it became more and more physical and the conditions started to slow down on tour, that actually more and more of the top guys wouldn't play singles anymore, and that then you felt there was a competitive advantage for those who didn't play for the singles than against those who did play. And that's then that's why we have the situation we have today, where mostly only doubles players play doubles and the singles guy plays singles, and once in a while when it suits the schedule we jump into the doubles action a bit. But I quite enjoy it, I must say, even though I used to really love it when I was, coming up on tour. I was learning a lot, serving, volleying, just learning the tactics of doubles, and it was played a bit different than it was today. Now it's quite a powerful doubles, the way it's played. It's exciting because you just don't know the outcome, and that's why I think many people should come out and support the doubles.
Do you think when you play on such a quick court, a fast court, your level of confidence is higher?
Not necessarily, you know, because obviously the margins are smaller on a quicker court, because if, like, let's say the first game, you know, I do get broken because he hits a few good shots and maybe I serve one, maybe maximum two serves not perfect, you're right away in trouble, which on a slower court is not going to happen that quickly. So I feel probably a bit more confident on a slower court against the normal player. Against the top guys, they can also play very well on the faster courts as well. So I just think the margins are smaller overall on a quicker court. But tonight I felt very good against Matosevic, who can play very dangerous. You know, he's got a good enough serve, he's got a good enough return as well. But I was able to control most of the match except the very beginning, and for that I'm very happy.
How do you find playing a match like that with such a fanatical little corner of fans on his side?
I mean, I'm used to it, you know. I play many guys who get home support, so it's something today that doesn't affect my mind out there, thankfully. But at the beginning of my career, you get a little antsy and a little. You just feel the pressure more because they're singing there just right next to you and all those things. After an ace, they're chanting. After double fault, they might be chanting, even though they're always very fair throughout. And I mean, by now we almost know each other because I've played so many Aussies over the course of my career, and at the end it's all, you know, respect and nice, and I'm happy they're out here supporting their players. It's good.
How do you think Charlie will sleep today?
I don't know. We've never played him. We were supposed to play in Basel, I think, at the first round last year, and then he pulled out for some reason. So then I played a lucky loser, so that would have been it. So this has been. I did play him in the doubles, so I think that might have been good for him and for me to get a chance to actually face each other's serves and returns and all these things and see a bit how we do it. And he plays very, very aggressive, you know, on the hard courts. I remember seeing him play really well in Cincinnati, which is similar to here. I remember seeing him play well at the Aussie Open last year when he made the quarters, I think. So he can definitely bring, you know, a big game to the court, especially with his serve and his forehand. He can really dictate play, and yeah, I got to be well prepared. So we'll see how I sleep first, and then I'll call him up in case I wake up, so we're on even terms. No, I don't know.
He said when he meets you in the locker room, you always make a lot of jokes. Is that true?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we just we have good chats, you know. In the locker room, it's really relaxed. There's a lot of joking going on and talking and discussing and debating and you name it. yeah, I think we enjoy seeing each other again, because in the off season, you know, we don't have any contact with many of the players, because we know we're going to see each other plenty. Then when the next year rolls around, and he's always super friendly and very laid back, so I always enjoy when he's around, and we always have a longer chat than with other players, and he's fun, so I'm looking forward to playing against him.
Last 2 days ago, I was lucky enough to have a quick chat to Tony Nadal. He suggested that for a top player, it's better to play Brisbane in the lead up to Australian Open than Doha, because there's, this year there's 5 top teners at Doha. Your thoughts, and was that a factor in your decision to play here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all a matter of priority, of where you live as well. As an Aussie, yeah, I'd say Doha and then Australian Open be the wrong thing to do. But if you're Qatari, then I'd say it's better to play Doha and then the Australian Open, probably. So it depends on where you come from. So I wonder then why his nephew's playing Abu Dhabi against all top 10 players and then goes play Doha, you know. So I don't quite understand what he's trying to say. But I think this is a great preparation. So there's no doubt about it. Now I've seen it for the first time, being here myself, and I think it's a great preparation. You just got to be willing to travel those extra, I don't know, let's say 3-4 days earlier away from home, and maybe miss Christmas and all these things, you know. So it depends on how important that is to you and your family and where you come from. But other than that, I think this is definitely a perfect preparation for the Aussie Open. But I don't like to see it so much as a preparation for the Aussie Open. I always like to see it as a priority, playing Brisbane alone, you know, and not just always thinking about the Australian Open. I always think that's such a wrong way to see things, that it's only just to talk about the Australian Open, even though this is a big event for me.
Last one here. Roger, I know you don't like to think beyond the next match, but from the tournament's point of view, results go the way they like tomorrow. It's you versus Leighton in the final. Have you given any thought to the possibility of, you know, he's a good friend of yours, you get together, you used to play together, the possibility of playing someone like him here, like the tournament would like?
Yeah, I mean, and we've never played each other in the finals here in Australia, so clearly now we're both one match away. I'd love it, but then again, he's got a tough task, and I got a tough match myself. I got to double up with the doubles, so there's a lot of unknowns still out there, but I think he's got a chance against Kay, even though I think he's playing very well. I practice with him as well, and he's hitting a good ball, and he usually plays very well on the quicker courts because it helps his serve and so forth. But it's the same thing for Leighton. You know, the quicker court also helps his serve and his return, and he likes it flat today, Leighton, more than ever. And yeah, so I hope I can get there. We'll know if he makes it first, because he's playing at 1 o'clock before me.